Hi, I'm Scott Wrighton. I serve as the city manager of Decatur, and every week it's our staff's pleasure to bring you a little bit more information about what's going on, sometimes at a city council meeting or other activity that bears on your life and the work that the city council provides for it to provide municipal services to everybody. For the last several years, the city has been engaged in a multi-phased project to really improve the quality and the services at the marina in Basin 2. That's the area below Nelson Park. For many years, the docks there were kind of hodgepodge. It was not a full-service marina. It's still not a full-service marina. But the mayor and city council's goal was to elevate that area to a full-service marina incrementally. And so if you drive past that area on Lakeshore Drive, then certainly you've seen over the last couple of years the city of Decatur, in conjunction with G&H Marine and the Decatur Park District, have worked together to bring new docks, new boat slips in that area. So now there's lots more boaters who can bring and leave their boats at Basin 2, rather than in the past we had a long waiting list for people to get available docks, and more people had to bring them in on their trailers. And it just looks a whole lot better as well. The operator, G&H Marine, has agreed to work with the Park District and the City of Decatur to step up services a little bit. So there's more boat rentals than there used to be. And now, beginning with the 2024 boating season, there'll also be a convenience store where one had never been before, located in the lake maintenance building that is owned by the Park District and has been rented for almost 90 years by the City of Decatur. We're giving up a piece of that so that there can be a C-store there. One of the other things that's happening and that the City Council approved at their last meeting is that there'll be some changes to the boat fueling operation. G&H Marine is upgrading that equipment, taking over responsibility for it, so the process of providing retail sales of gasoline there at the marina will transfer from the City of Decatur to G&H Marine. We'll still be responsible for the underground tank, but all the rest of it's going to be the responsibility of G&H Marine, who, as I said, little by little is taking over more and more responsibilities to be in the marina business, and little by little the city is stepping out of the responsibility of being the provider of marina services, even though we will continue, and this is our governmental responsibility, to continue to manage the overall watershed of Lake Decatur and to provide safety patrols during the boating season in the summer to make sure that boating takes place in a safe manner. And with all the additional activities and the number of boaters on the lake and additional boat races coming to Lake Decatur, it's all the more important that the city exercise safety oversight and patrols on the lake to make sure that everybody has a good time but still stays safe. Another sort of water-related item that the City Council discussed at its meeting on April 15th has to do with some major capital upgrades we have to make to the water treatment and the water distribution system. Not too far from Basin 2 is the city's South Water Treatment Plant at the corner of Lakeshore Drive and Martin Luther King Drive. It's been there since 1988, and about every third of a century that structure needs major replacement of its clarifiers and its pumps and its chemical feed systems and the mechanisms we use to process bulk water and lots of other stuff. And we are at that juncture right now, and I've mentioned this in a couple of videos that we've done last year as well. So the City Council approved a major project to make changes to the chemical feed system and other bulk water supply systems that'll take us, that next third of a century, and will also improve the quality of water and how we treat it, and in time will actually reduce the cost of that treatment as well by the introduction of some new technologies. Although it was kind of hidden on the agenda, watershed management was also a key part of the City Council's considerations. There are not that many cities in the Midwest that are doing what the City of Decatur is doing to try to make sure that Lake Decatur's second century is a whole lot more environmentally responsive than Lake Decatur's first century was. At the end of the first, or near the end of the first century, the city had to embark on this huge dredging project, which cost a lot of money. And they said, okay, how can we avoid doing that again? And the answer that we've pursued is to go up the watershed and try to work with hundreds of different farmers and other land users to have them implement techniques and methods and means for reducing the amount of silt and sediment that flows into the lake a lot of times because of agricultural practices. So there were several agreements on the last City Council agenda with some of our partners who will help farmers do this, sometimes directly with farmers for improvements on their land. This is a multi-year project. Thankfully, we've received over $10 million from the state and federal government, especially from the United States Department of Agriculture. And I think that grant support, healthy grant support from the federal government, recognizes that there's not a lot of cities that are trying to solve their sedimentation and runoff problems in this way, by really stopping it at the source rather than just trying to figure out how to deal with it once it's already in the water system. So there'll be some more about that, and hopefully we can develop some innovations that are useful for others that manage their water systems here in the Midwest. Look for more updates on that and lots of other topics related to your city. Thanks for tuning in.